ជំរាបសួរនាងខ្ញុំឈ្មោះ Nancy Lee សូមស្វាគមន៍កម្មវិធីពិភាក្សារបស់នាងខ្ញុំថ្ងៃនេះភ្ញៀវដ៏ពិសេសរបស់នាងខ្ញុំឈ្មោះ Joseph ដែលបានអញ្ជើញតាំងពី San Francisco មកចូលរួមក៏ប៉ុន្តែសំទោស Joseph អត់ចេះជាភាសាខ្មែរទេដូច្នេះថ្ងៃនេះនាងខ្ញុំសូមអនុញ្ញាតនិយាយជាភាសាអង់គ្លេស Welcome to the show, Joe. Thank you so much for flying all the way from San Francisco to join me today. It is wonderful to have you on the show, and I cannot wait for the audience to hear about our conversation. It's some exciting stuff that's waiting for us. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm feeling very blessed and honored.
Oh, thank you. Now I want you to get into a little bit of your background so that the audience can know about who you are. So please, carry on. Tell us all about you.
I'll try to summarize as best as I can.
Okay.
I grew up in an interesting and fun environment.
Okay.
My whole family is spiritually in tune, and we tend to gravitate towards different types of ways we can express our spirituality. So I grew up with a mother who is a professional astrologist.
Wow.
Which was a very cool way to grow up because we would end up going to these little fairs and almost like gypsy fairs, and I was introduced into a whole new world at a very young age.
Wonderful, and I
Yes.
heard about this a little while ago, and I love it.
Yes, it was a pretty cool way to grow up. Not the atypical 9-to-5 conversations, but talking about the alignments of planets and how it affects us as humans is a different way to view our universe.
Wow. I would
So-
love to hear more about it one day, of course. We
we'll
don't have much time on here.
We will definitely get into that one day because I know we'll be in each other's lives for a long time to come.
Yes.
So through my life, I was always, encouraged to look and examine other cultures, other thought systems, other religions and beliefs. And so I did that. And as I grew up examining all of these different ways of ideologies or constructs of moral thoughts, I began to realize that there's an underlying energy. And that underlying energy is what I found to be God.
Okay.
Ultimately, that underlying energy is the energy of the universe,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We are made of the building blocks of the universe,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So when I started to realize this at a very young age, my creativity of how I began to approach God and the universe really got me onto different paths because I saw God in so many places.
Ah, yes, in the flowers.
In the flowers, the trees, in beautiful music, beautiful art. God is everywhere, right?
Yes.
It's amazing.
I like that you talk to animals on your path, their
Yes.
daily walk.
Yes.
Yes, I love that.
And they'll hang out with me too.
I know, and I think you sent me a video of a lizard that came walking towards you.
Yes, and then hung out in my hand for a long time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing. Now, I want to show the audience the video that you sent me when you talk to a rose.
Yes.
And it just lights up. It's amazing. It's as if somebody turned on an on switch and this rose turned on and it's just brighten up.
Yes.
So I want to show that video to the audience, probably towards the end, or put a
Perfect.
link so they know what I'm talking about.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, and those are my daily experiences where I get to communicate with plants, flowers, animals, and when you begin to build that connection, you will always have community.
Yes, yes, that's true.
Right? You'll never be without community.
And you'll never feel alone.
You never feel alone. You'll never feel alone. And there's a very interesting phrase from one of my teachers, Osho. He says, alone really means all one. So you're never alone.
Wow. That's a fascinating way to put it. Say that again, please.
We're never alone because alone really means all one.
Because we're all one.
We're all one. right?
Yes.
So as I grew and I was able to start to harness this communication, I was never alone.
Wow.
And so it began to foster within me this desire to share this energy I was beginning to really know and love, and I wanted to share it with everyone. So I started to pour my energy to people. And through years, decades now, I've been doing this for a very long time. Through decades, I was able to give this energy to more and more people, which, you know, a few years ago, that's how we met, was I was giving you the energy.
Yes, when I so much needed.
Yes.
So thank you for that. And that's how we became friends.
Yes, because I wanted to make sure that you were able to continue on your journey.
Yes, thank you. Thank you
Yes.
for that.
Yes.
For those of you who know me or not know me, I never really opened up about my depression years. About 3-4 years ago, I was so depressed to a point where I was suicidal, and that's how I met Joe. I don't know how I ended up on this group, the Lightworkers of the World group on Facebook, and by posting how depressed I was, I think, is how you reach out to me and private message me, and I was able to open up to you what I was dealing with, what I was going through.
Yes.
And step by step, you walk me through. You basically saved my life because you guided me, you checked on me daily, and you know, you show me the beautiful side of the world, or the beautiful me that I didn't see due to the negatives that I heard or experienced at the time was going through. I was being what they call unconscious.
Yes.
I started to let other people's words, negative words, got to me. I started to believe other people's negative actions to, you know, to affect me. And you were there for me. So thank you so much. You, basically, I'm sitting here because of your work, when, you know, for reaching out to me. So thank you so much.
My
Your
honor.
energy and your light brightened this person's world at the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, and it's reciprocal. Because as you got better and healthier, your self-love began to grow and grow and grow.
Yes, that's how I literally start to self-love.
Yes. And with that self-love, other healing began to happen.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it's with that self-love, then the other healing, that you were then able to give more love to other people.
Yes, because
And
the
that-
tumor, it started to shrink. You see? The radiation didn't help it to shrink. The surgeon, the best surgeon at UCLA, were not able to remove the tumor because it wrapped around the vital nerves.
Yes.
And now I can look at it and say, this tumor really did come to teach me a lesson. That was my body way of expressing, hey, you need to pay some attention to you right now. You know, it literally, the emotion manifested into physical.
Yes.
I wanted to die, and sure enough, you know, I found out about this tumor. So yeah, self-love is really, really important. And the
Yes.
more I love myself, the more happier I seem to be, the
Yes.
more healthier I feel, and everything around me just looks so beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you. I can never
Yes.
thank you enough, so thank you.
You sitting here right now is more than enough. Thank you. Right? And I get recharged because I see you so happy and doing so well. So it works back and forth. I give you my energy so that you can get better. You get better, and that sends me back loving energy.
Yes, yes,
Right?
yes.
So the
thank
bucket
you.
never becomes empty. It'll
always
always
full.
be full.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we will be right back after this intro, then we're back on. Welcome back. This is some really interesting conversation we're having, but enough of you saving my life. Let's get back to you. We're going to be here all day, aren't we?
We certainly could be.
Okay, so growing up in a spiritual family.
Yes. You know, it allowed me to really have my view of the world, my lens, be polished to let everything come in, so I could see so many different facets of our world. It's like the idea of a prism. You know, it's a single color, but when you shine light through it, it shows the rainbow.
Yes,
right?
It's beautiful.
And that's the way we want to look at it. We want to be able to see the rainbow, not just the one light.
That's true.
So as I was kind of learning and exploring all of this, some of the things that came to light, of course, as you know, are thoughts and intentions. And so one of the things that I came across was this beautiful man by the name of Dr. Masaru Emoto.
Okay.
He wrote a book called Hidden Messages in Water, which I actually got you as a little gift.
Oh,
right?
Thank you so much.
So he found that with this water experiment, he could say words, play music, show colors, or show pictures like of a dolphin.
Wow.
And the water would respond.
Are you serious?
Swear.
Wow.
And what he began to find was that they would form these crystals, very unique crystals.
From water?
From water, and the words or pictures or colors or sound. And he was able to take a drop of water, freeze it, and take a picture of it before it melts. So it was a very, very delicate process.
Wow.
And as he discovered how important our words, thoughts, and everything else in our life is to water, we are 70% water.
Well, yes, that's true.
Right?
Yes.
And so if we say something that is negative to ourselves, the water inside of us is going to respond.
That is very interesting to find out, because I watched a film on Gaia.com that talks about water.
Yes.
And how the water is being blessed. They have a person who drank it, it has no special effect.
Right.
I mean, the blessed water before he takes it.
Yes.
And then they x-ray his body after it. They found, or did his blood work. They found out that he was more hydrated than the other person who drank the water without blessing the water. So now before I take a sip of water, I tend to say thank you.
Yes.
And thank you for nourishing my body.
Yes.
I try very much to remember to say that now. Every time I pick up a bottle of water, before I sip it, I put it to my forehead or just held it in my hand and just say thank you and I love you for nourishing my body, because my body, 70% of it is depending on you, water.
Yes.
So yeah, I tend to do that now. So this is, oh my gosh, it's a true saying, ask and you shall receive.
Yes.
I've been thanking the water, and here is
And
a
here it
book
is.
about water.
And see this beautiful crystal on the front?
Yes.
That is, I believe, the love, from saying love.
Wow.
So he found, and he decided to continue this. So he chose something that could degrade or die, or something that could maintain some kind of level stasis, stay the same. So he chose rice. And what he did was, he took 3 jars of rice, he labeled 1 jar love, 1 jar hate, and then he left a jar with no label, and he called it his control jar. For 30 days, he said beautiful, loving things to the love jar, terrible, hateful things to the hate jar, and he ignored the control jar. And what he found was, after 30 days, the love jar, it looked like you could open the jar and eat the rice.
Well, after 30 days?
After 30 days.
Wow.
The hate jar had a couple different color molds.
Wow.
And the jar he ignored had different color molds and a sludge at the bottom of the jar. So he determined ignoring is worse than actually giving some kind of positive or negative input.
Wow, why do you think that is?
Well, as we discovered with the water, that it really changes the makeup of the actual water cell. That rice cooked with water, or even if you uncook not cooked rice, that the water still has that impact to the matter of the rice, because it's all matter. And so if we find that we say something nice to a water crystal and it becomes something beautiful, it should have the same effect for the rice, which is absorbed with water.
Wow. Interestingly, the control jar, so by ignoring it, is he controlling it?
So he's not controlling it because he didn't give it any attention.
Oh,
Zero
okay.
attention. The idea was it's a control jar because there's no input, no stimulus.
Okay.
The other two were getting stimulus. So he wanted to see, I'm going to give this one stimulus and this other one stimulus, but I'm not going to do anything to this one. And the one he ignored ended up being worse.
Wow.
So people began to replicate this experiment without talking to it, but simply labeling it. They would label the jars, put them aside, and they were still getting similar results, just not as dramatic.
By just labeling it alone.
Just labeling it alone.
Now you did a fascinating video, a YouTube video on this.
Yes.
Revealing of the labels on the jars.
Yes.
And I believe you did 12 different jars.
12 jars.
But you only revealed a few.
Well, yes. So we unwrapped all 12 or all 11, but I did a video only talking about, I believe it was 6 of them.
Yeah.
Right? And as we saw the video, it was pretty extraordinary, wasn't it?
Yes. It is very, very fascinating. I highly recommend watching the video on YouTube, and we will put the link on as well, so that for those who want to watch it, they can watch it later on.
Yes.
But please don't miss the video. It's very, very fascinating,
And
especially the last revealing. I'm not gonna give it away, but you have to watch the video. It's so fascinating.
And it really is telling for how most conscious Americans are feeling right now. Right?
Yes.
It really is. The people who have this conscious awareness.
Yes.
You know, and I say conscious awareness because there's the conscious that's unaware.
That is unconscious.
It's unconscious.
Most of us are sleeping, right?
Yeah.
We're not aware of our own actions. We're
That's
not
right.
aware of our thoughts. We're not aware of what we're doing. We just do things on a daily routine.
That's right. It's almost somniferous, right? This sleepwalking state.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then we have our conscious awareness, that we become aware and that our consciousness is tied with each other.
Yes.
And that we should foster loving growth, so that way, as our awarenesses grow to a higher vibration, our consciousness will continue to grow at that same level of vibration.
Okay. Now, if we were to compare the rice into raising a child.
Yes.
How would a child grow up in a loving family environment turn out to be, would you say?
Yeah, a child who grows up in a loving environment will become a kind, considerate, loving adult, because that's what they know.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, Lala and Summer. I didn't know any better when I was a young mother. I will try to watch my mouth from here on, and I promise not to call my assistant Sinuan Pride anymore. I'll call her an angel from here on.
Yes.
Pride means devil in Cambodian. That's a terrible name to call, but I love it. It's growing up, my uncle used to call me that in a jokingly way, a loving way, not in a mean way.
Sure.
So, okay, Sinuan, I won't call you Pride anymore. You're my angel.
And the beautiful thing, since we know that we're 70% water, you could now find someone who may have grown up in a very bad environment, who did not know love, compassion, empathy, and they may have turned out to be somebody that is very sad, so they commit crimes. Sad people commit crimes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, yes.
So I always like to remind people that, somebody commits a crime doesn't mean that they're a bad person. they're not a bad person, they're a sad person. And I won't be angry at a sad person.
That's true.
I'm not going to add anger to sadness.
Yes.
It just doesn't make sense.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Okay. When we come back, we'll get into the book, because in the book you thank the person who did harm to you.
Yes.
So we will be right back. Welcome back. Our conversation is getting more and more interesting. So going back to water.
Yes.
And we talk about the book.
Yes.
You thank the person who harmed you. Now, you just wrote this book. It's called Harmonious. Did I say that, or did I sabotage it?
You know,
please?
you said it in your way.
Yes.
So it's a harmonious,
Harmonious.
awakening from under the shroud.
Wow.
And the shroud is not being aware, right?
Yes, yes.
And that's aware of your own self-love, or aware of the communion that you have with the universe. And so that's really, I'm trying to help lift that for people so that they can begin to live a more harmonious life.
Yes, that's very, very interesting, and I love it, especially where you thank the person who did you harm. It's
Yes.
like, you know, for an unconscious person, they would be angry at this person, but like you said, a sad person are mostly the ones that commit crimes,
Yes.
and you will not add anger or sadness to them. So
Yes.
that's a beautiful way to look at it. And I think you even mentioned that was your teacher.
Yes.
What did you think? What did he teach you from harming you, or try to harm you?
Yeah. The first thing he taught me was that even if I had died right then and there, I wasn't scared.
Okay. Wow.
I wasn't scared.
Wonderful.
And then the thing that he gave me that was so beautiful was he showed me the walking meditation. And it was something that I apparently had been doing for so many years, the walking meditation. But it was only until that moment that I was witnessing my death over and over and over again that I realized that I was being very mindful about every single step, about how I was going to view myself as it was getting hit by a bullet, how it was falling to the ground.
Wow.
Instantly seeing my family, my mother, my sisters, my brother, my friends, all of a sudden, and this is happening faster than I can even imagine blinking an eye or a thought coming in and out of my head. So I witnessed my death thousands of times within a very short time span. And there's actually a big Buddhist thing, not big Buddhist thing, but there's a Buddhist training of death visualization.
Oh, wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, and so what they'll do is they will visualize their death, and it could be different ways, drowning, getting boiled alive in water, I mean, terrible things, terrible things. But you visualize this so you now no longer see that it actually will really do anything to the soul. It will destroy the body, but that's not who we are.
Yeah.
If I lose my hand, I'm still Joseph. If I lose my leg, I'm still Joseph. So all of a sudden, this body is just a vessel carrying around my soul.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. We're just renting this house.
We're totally renting this house. It's a guest house.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Roomy. It's a guest house. And he's so thankful every day he gets to wake up and be in this guest house.
Yes.
And I feel the same. And so what Harmonious does is it teaches us to take the thoughts that we know our thoughts and words affect water. We're water, mostly water. That if I can teach you how to get rid of your disharmonious thoughts, the disharmony, and teach you to be more harmonious, then all of a sudden your vibration and your energy field will automatically raise simply by removing thoughts like, I'm not good enough. Why would anyone love me?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I had that moments many times.
Yes. But once you loved yourself, does that thought ever come back?
No.
No. Because you know that you love you.
Yes. I know that I'm wonderful.
You are, as everybody is, right?
Yes.
Everybody is wonderful. We are all unique. There's not one person, even identical twins. They have a fraction that is not identical.
Yeah, and their fingerprints are not identical.
That's right. So they are unique. So even at the possible level of being as identical as possible, there's no true singularity of identical.
Yes.
They're different.
Yes.
And so if we understand that, we all have to be beautiful in our own way.
Yes.
And one of the most favorite things I like to teach people is, if you can begin to find beauty in everything, everything becomes beautiful.
Oh, yes, yes. I truly believe in that. I truly believe in that. Thank you for saying that. Now, you said you can teach. How do you teach? Is it online, or do they have to attend classes in person?
Sure. So I teach in person, but I also do, online.
Okay.
I will also do phone communication. You know how we did phone communication?
Yes, yes.
Skype. Like I do meditation via Skype. We've meditated together via Skype.
Yes, you taught me a very unique way of meditating. I try meditating many different ways by exploring YouTube. I bought CDs on how to meditate, but none seemed to work for me. I like yours, the way you teach. It was easy to follow, and you were right there on Skype, just on the other side of my phone screen to make sure I was doing it correctly. I love it. And that's how I got into meditating. But now I've been so bad at it. I need to get you back. I need
I'm
you
here.
to get to teach me again. Yeah, and it was very short and simple.
It is so short and simple.
Yeah.
We have made meditation into this very elaborate thing.
I know. It's like, so usually when I ask people, hey, you should try meditation. Oh, I don't have time for it. I'm like, you can do it for 2 minutes. Joe taught me to do it in 2 minutes.
That's right, right? And you do feel better after those 2 minutes.
Yes.
It's very easy. So what I taught you was called Anapanasati, respiration awareness. And so all we did was pay attention to the air at the nose.
Yes.
That was it.
That was it. That was easy.
Right? And it's so silly. It's literally right under our nose, right?
Yes.
And so that meditation, very easy. Once you understand that you can just feel that sensation, you can do the meditation everywhere and anywhere.
And remember, I had an out-of-body experience from that meditation technique, which I was amazed. And I'm trying to get back into it to experience that again. I have not experienced that again. So that was amazing to be able to not feel my pain when I sat cross my legs for like 45 minutes. And not understanding, holy smoke, am I in my body or am I out my body? I'm like, why do I feel so loved? Why do I feel so expensive? Why do I feel so amazing? I didn't even know I had an out-of-body experience until afterward when I talked to you. Joe, something crazy happened to me. I panic and call you, remember?
I do. And it was beautiful because you were expansive.
Yes, it was so amazing. I've been wanting to feel that again. It's like,
so one of the tricks is try to not desire that feeling again. Just allow the meditation to happen.
Okay,
right?
Thank you.
And by allowing the meditation to happen, that feeling will come back.
Okay, I will try not to want that feeling.
Yeah, but it's
so
hard. Because it's such a wonderful, beautiful feeling. You know, and you just want that feeling all the time. And the beautiful thing, as you get better at meditation, whether it's this meditation or some other meditation that is easy for you to grasp and do, it becomes easier to be in that state of vastness.
Wow. Now, do you mention the steps of meditation in your book?
Yeah, so in my book, I talk about anapanasati. I talk about the walking meditation. So I teach you how to do walking meditation, anapanasati. I also have another meditation where you simply just look at your hand and you just focus on the palm, just looking at the palm, and 30 seconds to 1 minute, and that's a meditation.
Wow.
And then I have another form of meditation that helps people awaken, which is a very powerful meditation where you look into a mirror and you look in your own eyes and you ask yourself to awaken.
How can I sign up?
Easy. You go to my website, healwithjoseph.com,
Okay.
and that's how you sign up.
And how do they order a copy of your book?
You can go through my website and click on there's a picture of my book, or you can go directly on Amazon.
Okay.
And if you go on Amazon, you'll just enter the title, Harmonious, Awakening from Under the Shroud.
I don't think I can say that word.
Not a
I
worry.
just say a book by Joseph.
Perfect. I'll take it all day long.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Thank you. We will be right back. Welcome back. We sure can talk away.
Totally. Totally.
Yes. So now you have a treat for us. We did talk about your book and where people can order it from.
Yes.
Now you have a treat for us. Please
Yes. Oh,
get into that. Please tell us what it is.
super exciting.
Okay.
I love healing. And
Me
I believe,
too.
right? It's a very beautiful thing. And I really love how we can heal ourselves.
Yes, please.
So I want to teach you a couple easy healing techniques.
Okay. I think it's especially needed nowadays,
Yes.
in this, I don't want to say chaos world. It is a beautiful world.
It is a beautiful
But
world.
some of us do go through chaos
Yes.
situations or issues or challenges in our lives,
Yes.
especially with the numbers of suicidal rising.
Yes.
So healing and self-healing is highly needed now.
Yes.
So please show us the way.
Okay. So I'm going to use you
Okay.
as my partner here.
Yay!
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, and anyone can do this.
Okay.
If you can hear me or see me, anyone can do this.
Okay.
So right now, you can see me.
Yes, I can.
You can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. Is it safe to say that everything right now is okay?
Yes.
Okay. So we know that everything is okay. I want you to go back to a time that you can remember that things were not okay. And you thought things were so bad that you didn't know how you were going to make it.
I remember that day.
Okay, remember that day. What I want you to do right now is, can you hear a voice say to you, everything's going to be okay?
No, not during that time.
Think about it right now. Try to hear a voice coming in. Are you okay right now?
Yes.
Is everything okay?
Yes.
Okay, go back to that time. I want you to think about, at that time, when things were so bad, try to hear that voice. Find that voice. It may be so quiet right now that it's difficult to hear. But as soon as you begin to hear it, there may have been 1 second where you were crying and hurt, and you said, it's going to be okay. Something said to you, it's going to be okay. Are you able to find that a little bit now?
Mm-hmm.
You can find that now.
Mm-hmm.
About 30 seconds ago, you didn't find it.
No.
You just found it.
Yes.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because you, right now, just told yourself.
I sure did. I
Just
just
now.
pictured that in my head. Yeah.
Yeah. Just now, you, right now, said to yourself, who is hurting, everything's going to be okay. Because look, right now everything's okay.
Yes. And I'm here now.
And you're here now.
Yes.
The voice, is it a little bit louder now?
Yes. Yes.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is, yes.
You literally just went back to your past
Wow.
and you saw yourself suffering. And then you told yourself it's going to be okay because you know right now everything is okay.
Yes. I'm going to cry just because, yes, I saw that. I saw myself going back to tell myself at the time that everything is going to be okay.
Yes.
But at that time, I didn't see it.
No. But then you turned the volume up a little bit and then you did see it.
Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Right? Okay. So that right there is one that anyone can do for any situation that they were hurting and that they may have been alone. So if they can hear my voice or see me, then that means everything is okay.
Everything is okay. Everything is going to be okay.
Everything's going to be okay.
Yes.
Okay, now are you ready for a powerful meditation technique that is very easy?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so this is one of my other favorites. So I taught you the Anapanasati, where you observe the breath, respiration awareness. Anapana, respiration, sati, awareness. Okay, so now what I would like for you to do is I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Are you able to see any light? So if I were to move my hand in front of your face, can you see the shadow? Okay, so now do you see the light?
I see the light on my left eye.
Perfect, so let's stay with that. What I would like for you to do now is...
Light, when I said light, my bright.
Yeah,
Yes,
perfect.
okay.
What I'd like you to do now is try to think about making that light smaller. Almost like you're compressing it. Does it almost look like there's something black around it, making it smaller? Okay, perfect. Keep making it smaller. Make it as small as you possibly can. Okay. Do you have it as small as you possibly can? Okay. Now make the light as big as you can. And as the light gets bigger, I want you to feel it and watch it radiate boundlessly. The light becomes so vast in every direction, and there now is no separation between you and the light. You are the light, and you are expanding in every direction vastly as the light. Can you see that? Go ahead and open your eyes.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Lighter. That's amazing.
It's pretty
Now,
incredible.
is this the awakening meditation?
This is not the exact awakening meditation. This is another meditation. I didn't get to put this one in the book.
Oh, okay.
Right? I gave 4 in the book. One of them is the awakening of looking in the mirror and saying your name, and you say awaken. So if it was me looking in a mirror, I would say awaken Joseph, awaken Joseph, awaken Joseph.
Okay, I have a question about that.
Yes.
When I look in the mirror,
Yes.
am I looking at my left eye or my right eye?
Both eyes.
Both eyes.
Both eyes.
Okay, because you know we tend to either look on the left eye or the right eye.
Yes.
But you're saying we look at both eyes.
Both eyes.
And do we look at to the point where we see bright light around us, or just keep looking? Because you know I did that, and
Yes. And what did you see?
a scary alien-looking body, and to the point where I started to see bright light outlining my body. And is that the aura that I'm seeing?
You are seeing your aura. You are seeing your aura.
Oh,
And what's
amazing.
very interesting is we are actually aliens. We're aliens of this planet.
Yes,
we came
we
from
are.
outer space.
Yes.
We're made of space. So we're technically aliens to the planet.
Yes.
So you're seeing this alien kind of being. You're almost beginning to see yourself as no longer Nancy, but you're seeing yourself as just the vessel.
Yes, yes, that's
right?
true.
And the light that you're seeing is your radiant light expanding beyond the vessel. Right? So at
Yes.
first, when you first start doing this, it can be a little scary.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
But-
I'm not scared of myself anymore when I look in the mirror.
Perfect. Thank goodness.
Yes.
Thank goodness. Right? But that is what you're seeing. You're beginning to see your actual essence.
Wow. Now, how often do you recommend meditating in front of a mirror, and how long each meditation
In
should
front of
be?
the mirror, once every 3 months. Once
Okay.
every 3 months. It doesn't have to be
okay,
that
so
often.
it doesn't have to be every day.
No.
Okay.
Because it's a very powerful technique, as you tried. It's very powerful. You don't need to do it all the time.
Yes.
The Anapanasati, every day.
Okay.
Buddha says, if you pay attention to your breath every day, all day for 1 year, you will become enlightened.
Wow.
But how difficult do you think it is to pay attention to only your breath?
Very, very difficult.
Very difficult. You're probably going to
Very.
want to drink some water.
Yes.
You're probably going to want to eat some food. So all of a sudden, the focus of breath, he knows that you can't do that.
Yes.
He
yes.
knows. But he's really showing that that's how important our breath is. Do that all day, every day. That's my main meditation along with walking meditation. So I end up meditating 9, 10, 12 hours a day.
Wow. Now, when going back to mirror meditation, do you
Yes.
recommend standing or sitting?
Standing.
Standing. okay.
Standing.
That's good to know.
Yes, and the reason why, and even if you have to struggle and get yourself propped up, we want the light to become boundless and expansive. And we want to see ourselves as that. So we want to stand up. We want to stand up. We want to see ourselves in a powerful position.
Wonderful.
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Joe, for being here. And
Thank you so much.
amazing. You taught me so much in this short hour. It's not even an hour, but such a short time. You taught me so much. Thank you, and I would love
Thank
to
you.
have you on the show again.
And can I sign your book for you real quick? Just to
Yes,
show the people,
yes.
right? And
Yes,
so,
please sign your way.
Okay, so, anybody who loves Nancy like I do, and then you'll end up loving me, right?
Yes.
Because that's the way it goes. So, everybody will begin to see.
And I love me.
I love you.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. This is how Joe autographed.
That's
it is
how I
beautiful.
autograph.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Joe. We
Thank you
shall
so
meet
much.
again soon.
We certainly will.
សូមអរគុណច្រើនបងប្អូនដែលកំពុងតែទស្សនាកម្មវិធីពិភាក្សារបស់នាងខ្ញុំបើសិនជាបងប្អូនចង់ជាវសៀវភៅរបស់ Joseph នោះអាចអញ្ជើញទៅទិញនៅ Amazon ក៏បានហើយបើសិនជាបងប្អូនចង់ចេះរៀនអំពីរបៀបសមាធិនៅពេលវេលាខ្លីអាចតាក់ទងមក Khmer TV ឬគាត់នឹងផ្ដល់លេខទូរស័ព្ទដល់របស់នាងខ្ញុំតែនាងខ្ញុំអាចជួយបកប្រែបានបើមិនចឹងទេក៏អាចទិញសៀវភៅនេះហើយនៅក្នុងសៀវភៅនេះក៏គាត់បានសរសេរពីរបៀបសមាធិហើយនឹងរបៀបប្រើប្រាស់យ៉ាងម៉េចឲ្យព្យាបាលខ្លួនប្រាណបានដូចជាចូលបាននិយាយអំបញ្ញមិញចឹងថាភាសារបស់យើងប្រើវាសំខាន់ណាស់ពេលណាយើងប្រើពាក្យរស់របស់អ្វីៗនៅក្បែរយើងវានឹងលូតលាស់ល្អបើពេលណាយើងប្រើសម្ដីអាក្រក់អ្វីៗនៅក្បែរយើងក៏វាមានអវិជ្ជមានទៅផងតាមនឹងដែរដូច្នេះសូមយកចិត្តទុកដាក់ទៅលើពាក្យសម្ដីដែលយើងប្រើចេះទៅលើអ្នកដទៃឬក៏ខ្លួនឯងផងដែរអរគុណច្រើនដែលកំពុងតែទស្សនាដូចសូមជម្រាបលា